Hey everyone, welcome to Alpha Insights. I'm Kristen, and I'm so glad you're with us today.
And I'm Lucy. We've got a mixed bag of policy news in the cannabis world to break down. And hey, if you have questions while you're listening, drop them at stockalpha.ai.
Yeah, lots to chew on. Short version, the feds are stuck on rescheduling, while states keep moving on psychedelics and adult use sales. So, the real question here is what that patchwork means for companies and markets.
Right. Trading today reflected that. Investors reacting to policy signals more than company results. So you saw muted moves in the big sector ETFs and the larger producers, while people waited for clarity. Interesting.
Let's start with the federal picture. An advisor close to the White House said someone in the administration is holding up a rule to reschedule marijuana, and this has been delayed for more than 3 months. That keeps the big legal questions unresolved. Banking, interstate commerce, tax treatment, everything that would change the operating environment.
Exactly. So the real impact is uncertainty. Analysts note that without a clear timeline for rescheduling, any policy-driven upside will be uneven and selective. Some companies could benefit if rules move, but you can't assume a broad sector tailwind just yet. From a market perspective, that means headlines will drive intraday swings, not steady trends. So traders and watchers should keep their eyes on Justice Department comments and any White House staffing signals that might indicate the process is moving again.
Switching to the state level. This is where things are actually progressing. Hawaii's House Finance Committee advanced a bill unanimously, 15-0, to set up a task force studying psilocybin and MDMA access and recommendations. And in Virginia, there's public pressure to get adult use sales out the door quickly to undercut the illicit market.
Those state moves matter. Studies and task forces often turn into pilot programs and licensing opportunities, which can create revenue paths for operators and service providers. But rollout speed and regulatory detail determine how fast that happens.
So, yeah, you can see why operators are watching state committees and governors closely. One governor could speed things up. Another could slow implementation. Timing matters for licensing, store openings, and distribution planning.
Now, on the product side, there's an interesting consumer shift. A Harris poll covered in the culture press shows many consumers are starting to push back on the potency arms race. They want clean, trustworthy products over just chasing the highest THC numbers.
That is huge. I mean, when you look at the data, that can change product strategy. Brands that emphasize testing, consistent effects, and authenticity are likely to resonate more than those selling sheer potency.
Analysts point out that quality control and verifiable safety can become a competitive edge. If testing standards tighten or consumers demand transparency, margins can shift toward companies that invested in compliance and brand trust.
Right.
So what should listeners watch next? Number 1. Any renewed action on federal rescheduling and official communications from the Justice Department. Number 2. State implementation dates. Virginia is a name to watch. And any pilot program outcomes from places like Hawaii. And Number 3. Consumer preference data and testing standards that could pull demand away from ultra-high-potency products.
Short reactions. We should expect volatility, watch state rollouts, and track consumer trends.
Exactly. Also, be mindful of risks. Continued federal uncertainty, delays in state systems, and reputational exposure if product quality problems appear.
Honestly, I was a bit surprised by how much the market is treating this as a policy story, not an earnings story.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sector flows are concentrated around policy reads. That means headlines matter more than fundamentals in the near term.
Quick wrap up?
Sure. Federal rescheduling looks stalled for now. States are moving ahead with psychedelic studies and pressure for faster adult use rollouts, and consumers are signaling a shift toward verified quality over raw potency.
And for the listeners, this is informational only. Analysts note it's not personalized investment advice. We won't tell you to buy or sell anything. Watch policy timelines, state implementation details, and consumer testing standards for the next meaningful moves.
Got questions? We'd love to hear from you. head over to stockalpha.ai, where you can ask us anything and we'll answer live. And while you're there, check out more market content and leave your questions for our next episode.